It's Thursday, February 27th, 2014. And I've been listening to the news this morning and yesterday about Ukraine and Russia. Ukraina. And I must say that everyone who is from Russia basically puts in like 2 or 3 lies with whatever their opinion is. You know, let's see, what's one of the lies? That was an armed takeover. That's not the case. The parliament voted unanimously to eject President Yanukovych, and now Yanukovych is apparently in Russia. Hey, remember when I said he might go live with Snowden? I think that might be the case. And maybe George Galloway from Iran can go live with them too. They can all live in the same place, and Amy Goodman and Noam Chomsky can go live with them too. They have Democracy Now! There. It's Democracy Now! In the anti-democracy place. Democracy Now! An oxymoron for Amy Goodman and Noam Chomsky. It's not Democracy Now! It's, let's see. It's Islamic Fascism Now. So that's what's happening. Support for Islamic fascists now. Support for dictatorial regimes now. That's what Amy Goodman's show should be renamed. And today, we're going to talk to Glenn Greenwald about Eric Snowden, about how they're going to hook up with Viktor Yanukovych. That'll be the next show, probably. Most likely, in my opinion. And now Glenn Greenwald is going to talk to Viktor Yanukovych about how America is so bad. And the NSA is so bad. I support the NSA. NSA good. CIA good. Amy Goodman bad. Noam Chomsky bad. Glenn Greenwald bad. Edward Snowden bad. Julian Assange bad. That's my opinion. And then they also had on the radio, on this KCBW station, constant advertisements by Jian Ghomeshi, the childless gay man, with his interview show. And I remember, don't forget, on NPR we have Terry Gross, the childless woman. Childless gay man with his interview show. Childless woman with her interview show. Public radio interview show. Childless people doing interviews. Hello, I'm a childless person, and I'm going to do an interview about things. Even though I don't have children. I don't have children because I'm a gay man. I don't have children because I'm a woman who doesn't like to have children. And I'm probably gay. Childless gay man. Childless gay woman. Probably gay. Is Terry Gross gay? Probably. Gay in spirit, if not gay in fact. It doesn't matter the way people love. Yes, it does. It does matter. Because if you love the wrong way, you might just get AIDS, die, and leave your straight family with no kids. Grew up in Manti, Utah, an admittedly overly strict place. Manti, Utah, much too conservative. So no wonder my uncle went to San Francisco and decided, hey, gotta let it all hang out because I grew up in this fucking ultra-Mormon town. Now I gotta let it all hang out here in California. So I'll just cheat on my wife, get AIDS, die, and leave my straight family with no kids. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So I figure my supposedly gay uncle was essentially a victim of ultra-conservative Mormonism. You can have abuses on both sides. That's the problem with having your atheist group essentially have the center focal point for their activities, like Atheists of Utah. The whole focal point for their activities is going to the gay pride celebration each year. So now Atheists of Utah has a bunch of gay people in their leadership, women with strange color hair, and so on and so forth. People who have no intention of having kids in the future, most likely. The thing about kids and sexuality and human sexuality is, unless it sneaks up on you, you know, if you're a straight person, you marry someone, you have sex, kids just comes along naturally. But unless you're it's kind of forced on you through that method, you know, and I think it's good that it's forced on us. Otherwise, hell, we might just not be here, huh? Unless it's forced on you, you just might spend your life doing the petty things that my gay nephew does, chasing his own tail and stuff like that. So that's why it does matter the way you love. If you love in the way where you're going to get AIDS, or if you love in a way where you're not going to have kids as a natural outcome of your sexual expression, then maybe that is bad. Are your beliefs falsifiable? Can you question your liberal dogmatic beliefs? Your liberal religion beliefs? Liberal de facto religion? Anyway, these are some of my thoughts, my friends, my fellow atheists, my fellow naturalists. Please don't put me on a heresy trial for thinking what I think. Gonna eject me from your little church because I have my own opinions? Well, go ahead. Just another fucking religion with their excommunication and heresy trials. Anyway, I can see why my friend in Portland went back to evangelical Christianity. Although it's a little bit disappointing, I have to admit, hearing him. He's been trapped in a mimetic whirlpool. Tom, why did you let yourself be trapped to be sucked down by the mimetic whirlpool of the religion of your youth? Why did that happen, Tom? I can see why maybe the dating prospects among the secular groups where there's a high population of gay fat women, I can see why you might want to go back to your church. Couldn't find a woman to date who was just a normal person who wanted to have kids. What's wrong with having kids? It's a good thing. Having kids is a good thing. So, anyway, the key reform I think we need for atheist groups is extracting atheist groups from the dogmatism of the left. Having an atheist group which is not afraid to speak about anything and which doesn't lend its advocacy toward any one side strongly, so that we can have free hand to talk about the full range of things. So we don't have de facto heresy trials if we don't agree with, I don't know, the ultra-liberal agenda. Is that possible? Anyway, have fun. And go Ukraina. Long live Ukraina. And the stuff Russia's saying about you are just lies. So, that's my opinion. Okay, have fun. Okay, it's the afternoon. I wanted to make a slight addendum. Today I heard that the British kind of spy agency has been they were checking out Yahoo Messenger webcam chats between around 2010 to 2012 or some such thing. But in any case, they saw people engaging in sexual related activity using their webcams, And they made comments that, oh, unfortunately, we're seeing that people are engaging in sexual activity where they're showing their intimate body parts to each other. Oh my goodness, that's so unfortunate that we're gathering that data. And so I realized that this morning I said that I'm generally in favor of what the NSA and the CIA do. I'm not really in favor of gathering en masse webcam data from private individuals. So, anyway. That's kind of the bottom line on that. So anyway, I think that if people are engaging in courting activities using a webcam, there's nothing wrong with, treating the situation like you're there in person, or doing whatever you feel inclined to do, You assume that it's a private conversation, not that the British government is watching your webcam chats. So, and there's a difference between what the NSA was doing, and to some extent, with collecting connection data for U.S. phone calls. Just kind of did this phone number connect to that phone number, and so on and so forth. Not the content of the calls inside the U.S. per se, just more like connection-to-connection data. That, having a big database of that's searchable is not so much of an issue for me. But having actual content of webcam chats en masse, well, that goes a bit far. Although you have to remember that in Britain, they have these closed-circuit TV cameras everywhere. Closed-circuit cameras, CCTV, closed-circuit TV. Yeah, anyway, and they spy on their citizens a lot in public, and so it's not surprising that with all that surveillance that they would think there was no big problem with spying on their citizens' webcam chats, although, Yahoo Messenger is kind of a global thing, and so maybe they saw the intimate activities elsewhere, from other people. Anyway. So it wasn't really unfortunate that the activities were occurring. It's unfortunate that they were doing the stupid spying in the first place. So, I can agree with that. But we need to find a balance between hunting for the terrorists so that those terrorists don't win. Those terrorists will win if we do not spy on them. Those terrorists. Oh, the terrorists. And I have to admit that when George Bush was in power, I used to make comments like, when they told us we had to go shopping, that would be fighting the terrorists. For example, if I do not eat this hot dog, the terrorists will win. If I do not shop for the hamburger, those terrorists, oh my goodness, I'm scared of the terrorists now. Those terrorists. Oh no, the terrorists. You can take things too far. But on the other hand, wasn't that from Fiddler on the Roof? On the other hand, drone strikes against terrorists is okay with me, no problem. And a certain amount of surveillance with court controls, no problem. Anyway, you have to have a balance there. Not let abuses happen, keep abuses in check. And apparently there have been some abuses with those UK people spying on your activities. That's an abuse, I guess. If they're just watching Osama's webcam, that's okay, but I don't want them watching everybody's webcam situation, you know, en masse on Yahoo Messenger or whatever else. I don't use Yahoo Messenger, but there's other services. Although, for all I know, the government of China is spying on, you know, the services that go through them that are popular in China, and who knows what else is going on, you know. I guess you should just assume, oh, my webcam activities are probably being spied on. Maybe you should just assume that. So, anyway. For the future, I'd like to see the U.S. Capitol building reopened to the public, not just have tours only. You know, maybe the Congress can go do their work someplace else and have the Capitol building returned to public access. What's going on now is not really public access. Sorry, it's not public access. You know, return the Capitol to the people. And the rich, gated community snobs can go do their work someplace else. Also known as the congressmen. A few congresswomen. If they're so paranoid, then they can just work someplace else. Work in some underground bunker. That's if they're so paranoid. And then, you know, just let us tour around the Capitol building as we please, huh? Have the security stands in front, scan for stuff, but let us walk where we want in the Capitol building. If you're not going to let us do that, then it's not a temple of freedom. Mr. Boner, Beaner, Bonner, Beaner, Bonner, Boner, Boner, Beaner, Bonner, Boner, Beaner, Bonner, Mr. Boner, Mr. John Boner. It's not a temple of freedom if we can't walk around freely after an initial security scan. Boner, Beaner, Bonner. It's not a temple of freedom. Beaner, Bonner, Boner. Boner, Beaner, Bainer, Bonner. So that's that. And regarding Pakistan, it's not Pakistan. And Afghanistan, it's not Afghanistan. And France, it's not France. We don't pronounce other countries' names the way their language might pronounce. We pronounce it the English way. Can you speak the English? Mr. Politically correct liberal. Mr. Politically correct liberal, can you speak the English? In English we say Pakistan, not Pakistan. Afghanistan, not Afghanistan. France, not France. Mexico, not Mexico. Let's go to Mexico, my friends, and get the big fat tacos. We should speak other countries' names in the English way. Although I don't mind saying Ukraine. Ukraine. Or China would be Zhongguan or something like that. Anyway, you get my point. In general, we should have the English pronunciations of things. And that includes the English pronunciation of Mr. Boner's name. Not Boehner, it's Boner. In school, they taught you about A-E-I-O-U. And If you want your noun pronounced Boehner, then spell it that way. B-A-Y-N-O-R, Boehner. Not boner. B-O-E-H-N-E-R. Boner, boner, boner. And the politically correct liberal who says Porkestein or Pakistan or Pakistan, they also say Boehner, I guess. They're at NPR. This is NPR. National Politically Correct Radio. NPCR. Okay, so have fun.